Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and I have talked about this at length before. I've been in a relationship for nearly 9 years, and I am so glad that I am not dating, because I could only imagine what it would be like to go through this particular situation. So this is a weird one. A woman threatens a man with rape allegation after stealing his wallet, laptop, phones, SUV. Now, to some people out there who are watching this video, they might be all like, yeah, it sounds about right. Woman steals everything from man, then threatens him with an allegation of sexual assault, only because she can and he can't fight back against it. Many people would also argue that this pretty much summarizes most marriages. Anyway, from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Awesome name, Thibodaux. A man was faced with two options as when he attempted to confront the woman who he thinks drugged him and stole his truck, face a rape allegation, or buy the woman a new camper. I mean, when you're in those kind of situations, what are you gonna do? The unusual situation began on September 1st when the unidentified victim arranged on social media to meet 34-year-old Chrissy Luke at her hotel room. Probably through a Tinder app or one of those things. It was just like, hey, you wanna meet up at this hotel room and get down and dirty? And he's like, oh, of course, totally, let's do this thing. Because nowadays people are just meeting up to have sex. Again, this all happened after I got a girlfriend, so it's kind of like I kind of feel like I missed out on this weird online sexual revolution, but at the same time, I'm glad that I didn't miss out on anything. The victim met Luke and another man at a hotel on the 200 block of Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux, according to the police department. The next day, the sheriff's department officers picked up the victim wandering around a Walmart parking lot in Houma. Oftentimes people are walking around a Walmart parking lot going, where am I? Because it's Walmart, and it just kind of tends to attract the crazies. The last thing the victim remembers before his encounter with police in Houma is drinking with Luke and the man at the Thibodaux Hotel, leading the victim to believe he had been drugged, according to the police department. After his hotel ordeal, the victim reported that he was missing a laptop, 2 cell phones, his wallet, and his 2007 Ford Explorer. Now, why would he go to a hookup with stuff in his car? If I ever met a girl on a blind date back when I did do those sort of things, I was like, I know how this girl might be. Let me make sure I got what I need here. Okay, wallet, home, driver's license, and some cash. We're good. No credit cards. Take everything out of my car that's valuable. You got to be careful. This is even like in the mid-2000s. Like, you got to be careful with this kind of stuff because you never know what kind of craziness is going to come out of that. And I've dated some weird girls that I met off of Craigslist. Okay, don't judge me for that. I just wasn't paying for eHarmony. So it's one of those things. You got to be very careful. So, but then again, people think nowadays social media generally means you're safe. You already kind of know the person. And she was DTF, and he probably wasn't thinking with the right head. So then the victim returned to the hotel and spotted Luke when she drove up in his vehicle. Because returning to the scene of the crime, that seems to make sense. The victim contacted Luke on social media, and she told him she would accuse him of raping her if he didn't buy her a new vehicle and a camper so she could get out of town. On social media. This is my favorite thing about dumb criminals. They don't realize that this kind of stuff gets logged. They don't realize that this kind of stuff is pretty much forever to a certain extent. It can be forever. I just got done watching the American Vandal documentary, which is like 10 out of 10 perfect satire of true crime documentaries. And that actually becomes a big part of the discussion in there, is that once it's on the internet, it's there forever. Officers caught up with Luke at the hotel on September 7th, and she was arrested for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and unauthorized use of an access card after she attempted to make nearly $600 in purchases at a sporting goods store using the victim's credit card. The victim's vehicle, laptop, and wallet were recovered and returned, but his 2 cell phones were not recovered because those are the easiest things to sell. You pop out the SIM card, you do a system reset while you're right there. They probably, while he was drugged, got him to give them the login information, so he's fine. But he got his laptop, which arguably will cost more than the cell phone. Well, depending on the cell phone, really. And his wallet and his car back. So, I mean, if his life was at that point a Bad Country song, it's only, 3/5 a Bad Country song. Or 2/5 a Bad Country song. But the fact that she told him on social media that she was like, if you don't buy me a camper and a new vehicle, I'm gonna accuse you of the rape. that's just nuts. Her voice clearly doesn't sound like that. It would be probably more French. I can't do a New Orleans accent. I apologize. But I mean, look, the thing is, first and foremost, this guy's a victim. Let's make no mistake about that. Joking all aside, this guy's a victim. This chick is clearly a criminal and clearly cray-cray. All right. Or at least very, very maniacal in that regard. And you have to ask yourself, how many other men has she lured to a hotel through social media, through, the idea of hooking up in order to screw them out of their stuff? Not a proper screwing, but just that whole up your keister aspect. And at least she got caught. And this guy got what he's getting his stuff back, but now he's got to deal with the aftermath of that, which is unfortunate because that's going to do a lot of damage to his psyche. That's going to do a lot of damage to his ability to want to meet new people. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy, after a while, just decides he doesn't want to date anymore. I mean, and I'm sure, hey, if this guy finds this video, I don't know who you are, sir. You might want to look into MGTOW. Or something like that. I don't know, man. Like, I feel bad for the guy. I joke in these situations in order to kind of lighten the mood, but it's horrible. Being faced with the accusation of rape, unless you buy the woman a new vehicle and a camper, feels all too real in this day and age. We hear about these kind of situations all the time. These false allegations are happening now more than I feel than real allegations. And all that does is actually hurt people who have been victims to come forward because they're afraid they're going to be questioned because so many false accusations have come up. And when women know they can use that as a weapon against a man and almost get away with it, that is a very frightening thing for the up and coming generation of young men and boys that are, going to go into the dating world wondering if they're going to be victimized because of their gender and have absolutely zero recourse because our society has more of a listen and believe mentality when it comes to sexual assault than not. And it's one of the reasons why, and this may sound messed up, document everything if you're going to date online. If you're going to be in a situation where something like this could arise, document everything. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do nothing. Make sure that you are, good to go, and you just cover your ass. You got to cover your ass in this day and age, because if you don't, you could be this guy right here. And the silver lining to this particular situation is this guy got his stuff back and she got arrested. But that's not to say that it's going to happen every time. So be freaking protected. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.